Hi, my name is Ava Beeler, and today is a very special day, and I am going to take you down memory lane to explain why this day feels so special and significant to me. So, on August 21st, 2013, I was able to get my trach out. Now, a trach is something that was able to help me breathe, because when I was born, I had trouble breathing on my own. So thankfully, back then, and even now, and for a long time before I was born, there's a thing called tracheostomy tube, that went down and like inside me, and then I had it for 10 years to help me breathe. And I had it for 10 years because I didn't have enough room up here in my nasal way to help me breathe. So this was able to help me live a successful life. Now, for me, there were a lot of tests that had to be done and lots of sleep studies to figure out how could we get this trach out. Now, with the power of hope and prayer and positivity, I think, was the key element, we were able to get that trach out by the age of 10 years old. And I will never let that day down. I will never forget about that day, because that day was, to me, the day that, like, Awesome Ava came alive. I'm not kidding. To me, that felt like a second chance at life. It was the first time where I could fully become independent, because for 10 years, I was with a lot of nurses, a lot of medical equipment, and I have a great appreciation for all of those nurses and for my parents for helping me thrive and helping me get to where I needed to go and help me to go to school and live a typical lifestyle that children go through. And I think the other thing that I'm really grateful for is just the gift of life. The gift of life is something that I think we don't really often think about. Like, I never truly thought about what the trach was and how scary it was, probably for my parents. And to me, it was just something that was a part of me. I never thought of it, but I mean, honestly, that trach was such a life-saving thing. To my mom and my dad, Laura and Malcolm, I just want to say thank you for pretty much everything. Thank you for teaching me about how to gain such a positive outlook in life. Thank you for providing me with the best of the best. Thank you for giving me everything I could have ever wanted. Thank you for teaching me about the appreciation of life and everything that comes with it. Thank you for teaching me about hard work and dedication and what it does in your life. And thank you for teaching me about how to be a strong and independent woman in this life. Thank you for teaching me about to never give up on dreams and to never let society pressure you into doing anything, and thank you for always letting me be myself. Thank you for walking me through all those crazy stages of my life, from childhood to teenage years and now through adulthood. You know, I'm not sure I would be the person I am today without you guys. You know, everybody always says to me, oh my God, you have such a positive outlook on life. And really, I get that from my parents because they taught me everything I know. They always reminded me that things would be okay and that things would work out. And when we were struggling the most, we would go to family, we would go to friends, we would pray to God that everything would work out in God's time and in Ava time, as we like to call it. And I don't know, it's like I think about those early years, and unfortunately, or maybe not unfortunately, I don't have a ton of memory about my earlier years. I have a few here and there. Like, I remember, like, going to school with a nurse, but I don't, like, remember a whole lot. Like, I blocked out most of my surgeries. So some days I'm like, how did I get through 30 to 40 operations? Like, how is it by the age of 3, I was already up to 20 plus surgeries? Like, what? How can anyone do that? And I think about that. And I think about my parents all the time. More now as an adult than ever. And when I think about that, and I sit down and I reflect on days like today, like Trachiversary. Trachiversary really brings out for me a time of reflection and everything that we've gone through. And everything that I've gone through. Because it's not just me that's going through this stuff. I know, yes, I know I got through all the surgeries, but it wasn't just me going through it. It was my parents. And I have such a huge respect for my parents. My parents were truly, I think, made to be my parents. God had some crazy plan, or the universe, however you want to think about it, had some crazy plan in place for me, and for them. And I cannot imagine what it was like to get the news that your baby was going to have Pfeiffer syndrome, special needs, and, you know, unpredictable adventures. You know, like, the way that I can best describe it is like multiple operations, going to school, going to doctor appointments in New York, but yet still living the best years of her life. I would say there was maybe some unpredictability in the beginning, just about what was going to happen, how it was going to happen, and there was a lot of nerves in the beginning of my years, rightfully so. I cannot imagine what my parents were going through every single day, but I am happy to say that they must have done a really good job at hiding their nerves, because they always expressed positivity. They always expressed happiness towards me. They always taught me to think positive, pray to God, and talk to family. I don't remember them really expressing any type of nerves, you know. They were my strongest supporters. I cannot imagine what those years were like. However, looking back now, I cannot think of 2 people more fit for the job. I truly do think of them like a team, and probably the best parenting team ever in life. They're the best people in the world. I mean, I get all my best qualities from both of them. I get a little bit from my mom, a little bit from my dad, and, you know, and I get the best of both of them. you know, and I could not imagine what those years were like when things were so unpredictable and when things were so scary. I do not know how they got through those years, but I just have a great appreciation for the both of them. And the reason I'm making this video is so that I can look back on this in 5 years, 1 year, 10 years, however many years I want, and just remember that this time was such a great time in my life. I'm in such a great place. I'm 20 years old. I'm going to college. I'm happy. I'm thriving. I have a car. I am doing things that I never thought would be possible. I feel such a sense of gratefulness and happiness that I get to be here on this earth. You know, sometimes I think we don't take the time to pause and reflect about how lucky we are to be here. Life is something that we take for granted until something happens unexpectedly, and then we think about all those people. And, you know, I try my best every day to tell the people that I know that I love them and that I care about them and I check on them. I try my best to call my grandparents, text my grandparents. I'm really lucky that I'm close with them. I just saw my grandma in Canada just a few weeks ago, and it was so cool. Like, that was really special for me. She's 92, and that was really special just to have that time with her, because I hadn't seen her in 4 years due to restrictions with COVID and whatever. Yeah, I get filled with so many emotions. Trachiversary is the most special day of my life because it was the day that I feel like is almost... The last thing that I want to say is simply just a big shout out to anybody who is going through anything hard in their life. I want to send you big virtual hugs. I want to give you a little tiny medal. Here, imagine that I'm holding a medal. There you go. Here's your little medal, because you deserve it. And, you know, if you're going through something hard, you will get through this. You can get through this. Anything that you feel is hard, you're going to look back on one day. You're going to be like, oh my God, can't believe I got through that, because I think about that every day. Because I'm like, oh my God, how did I get through 30 to 40 operations? How did I get through high school? How did I get through my fear of driving? How did I get a driver's license? Like, all of those things that I was worried about at one point passed eventually. And now looking back on them, I'm like, wow, it truly was an Ava timeline. Everything that has happened, you know, at the right time, when I was ready. And that is a credit to my parents. My parents never pushed me to do anything. They encouraged, but they never pushed. They always let me go with the flow. They always told me to reach for the stars. They always encouraged me to do anything possible. They always believe in me. They will always believe in me, and I genuinely believe that God had some special plan for the both of them, because no one, and I mean no one, is more fit for the job to be Austin Ava's parents than Laura and Malcolm. Laura and Malcolm are the best parenting team ever. Just saying. If you know them, you know exactly what I'm saying. And I am so happy when people come up to me and give compliments to me and my family, because I would not be the person I am today without them. And that is something that I always am grateful for. And I'm grateful to all of you for sticking around, for following me, for giving so much love, so much encouragement. And Trachiversary will forever be honored. And this year is the most special because it's 1 decade since that day has happened. It is forever a piece of me. It will forever be tucked away in my heart. Hi, this is Ava, and I just wanted to say thank you for watching the video. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my video. I hope that it put a smile to your face. Really, the main purpose of the video was, to honor the day, to just figure out a way that I could express my love, gratitude, and appreciation for all of you, but also for this day, because this day would not have been possible without my parents and all of you, and the power of prayer and just everything that we had to do led up to this very day. And now, 20 years later, we're celebrating the 10-year anniversary of the trach removal, and that is such a big deal. And I'm very grateful for that. And truly, video idea. I mean, this is my first video ever that I've ever had to edit myself. So I really do hope that you enjoyed it. I took a lot of time to edit it so that you guys would enjoy it, but that it wouldn't be too wordy, because I am known to talk a lot. But anyway, thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch this. I hope you have an amazing rest of your week. And thank you again. And yeah, thank you for being here. Love you. Bye.